Hello. For my second review, I wanted to review a film I've already seen, so I decided to review the Coen brothers' classic, The Big Lebowski. I don't want to see any negativity in the comments, because that is just like, your opinion, man.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Hey, good morning, my travelers. It's now 5 after the hour of 6 a.m. in the big monster city. Temperature is a balmy 65 degrees, which is good news for you reptiles, and it looks like it's going to be a perfect day to maybe, hey, just lie in bed, sleep in, or simply work out that slab that's hanging over the bed! Morning. That's my secret, cat. I'm always angry.
A lie detector doesn't work if you don't understand the questions.
Well, maybe he wasn't on his own. How can he drive an RV if he has an IQ of a 10-year-old?
Hey, we're considering all possibilities.
I don't think you are considering all possibilities.
I hear what you're saying.
No,
Sir,
listen to me. Just shut the fuck up for a fucking second.
First rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. And the eighth and final rule, if this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
Set in Los Angeles in the early 1990s, The Big Lebowski follows Jeffrey Lebowski, also known as the Dude, played by Jeff Bridges, who is mistaken for a billionaire with the same name, and he tries to get money off him for his ruined drug.
I know what happened. Yes.
Oh, so you know that they were trying to piss on your rug?
Did I urinate on your rug?
You mean, did you personally come and pee on my rug?
Hello? Do you speak English, sir? Parla usted inglés? I'll ask you again. Did I urinate on your rug?
Released in 1998, The Big Lebowski was met with mixed reviews upon release. However, during the years, it has become a cult classic and one of the best films from the Coen brothers. As a big fan of the Coen brothers, and having several reviews of their films being popular on my website, I thought a video review of one of their films was in order, and I thought The Big Lebowski would be a great one to review. In this video, I'm going to explain the good points about what makes this film a comedy cult classic.
Yeah, man, it really tied the room together.
So this was a value, dog.
Yeah.
What tied the room together, dude?
My rug.
Were you listening to the dude's story, Donnie?
Walter.
Were you listening to the dude's story?
I was bowling.
So you have no frame of reference here, Donnie. You're like a child who wanders into the middle of a movie and wants to know...
Walter, what's the point, man?
There's no reason. Here's my point, dude. There's no fucking reason why these...
Yeah, Walter, what's your point?
Huh?
Walter, what is the point? Look, we all know who is at fault here. What the fuck are you talking about?
Huh? No, what the fuck are you... I'm not...
In my honest opinion, the Coen brothers are a lot more stronger when it comes to comedy, and The Big Lebowski is one of their funniest films. This comedy film about a slacker who's being mistaken for a billionaire makes for a really good concept because of the wacky situations that come with it. This is a comedy film that will get you laughing in the first 2 minutes. Unlike their other films like Fargo and No Country for Old Men, which are slow burner films, The Big Lebowski gets more to the point, and it's an interesting slice of life story about this slacker and his day-to-day activities, and also the wacky situations he has gotten himself involved in because of this mix-up. Cinematographer Sir Roger Deakins, a frequent collaborator of the Coens, is one of the most prolific modern cinematographers in the film industry. And how he crafts this style for the Coen brothers is fantastic, and The Big Lebowski is no exception. Every shot that's in this film feels iconic in its own way, and is truly a masterpiece that stands out. Thanks to Roger Deakins' input, the Coen brothers have a masterpiece on their hands. Jeff Bridges' performance as the dude is fantastic, and is a really good role that suits him well. This role launched Bridges into a more comedic career, which I'm surprising when I first heard that, because Bridges feels like a natural funny actor, and this is why I feel like The Big Lebowski is his best role I've seen. Besides Bridges, there's some fantastic supporting performances in this film. Steve Buscemi, Julianne Moore, Philip Seymour Hoffman and Sam Elliott all input some fantastic performances into this film. If there is one performance that steals the show completely in this film, it's John Goodman as Walter, the angry Vietnam veteran who is friends with the dude, and his role in this film is to help the dude with these wacky situations he's going through.
Language problem here. Little prick stonewalling me.
Walter! What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Here you go, Larry. You see what happens? You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens? This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass? This is what happens. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass? This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger.
As Walter, John Goodman stands out perfectly in this film, completely steals the show, and is probably the best performance of John Goodman's career. This is a great role from Goodman, who provides the supporting role for the dude and just stands out perfectly. I could go on all day about how iconic and memorable Goodman's performance is in this film. The soundtrack to this film, as well as Carter Burwell's score, also helps the film stand out. Whether it's a soundtrack full of Bob Dylan or the Eagles, or whether it's Carter Burwell's original music, it helps the film stand out throughout its scenes and really brings in a clever tone into the film. Like I said in the past, this is the Coen brothers' funniest film, and you can tell how much effort they put into this film because of how well the story is, the music, the acting, the cinematography. It's just a perfect film. It's my second favourite Coen brothers film, with number one being Fargo, but The Big Lebowski is only a slight bit off. This film is their funniest film I've seen, and it proves how well they work as comedic filmmakers.
Dude here.
Who is this?
Dude, the bag man. Man, where do you want us to go?
Us?
Shit! Yeah, me and the driver. I'm not handling the money, driving the car, and talking on the phone all by myself.
Shut the fuck up!
Dude, are you fucking this up?
Who is that?
That is the driver. I told you. Shit!
What the fuck's going on there?
Walter!
What the fuck is going on?
He hung up, man! You fucked it up! You fucked it up! Her life was in our hands, man!
Easy, dude.
We're screwed now. We don't get shit. They're gonna kill her. We're fucked, Walter.
Nothing is fucked, dude. Come on. You're being very dude. They'll call back. Look, she kidnapped her. You see? Nothing's fucked here, dude. Nothing is fucked. They're a bunch of fucking amateurs.
Hey, Walter, will you just shut the fuck up? Don't say people. I'm doing business here, man.
Okay, dude. Do it your way. But they're amateurs.
Every time I watch this film, I always ask myself one question. What did it all mean? Since the film's popularity, a lot of fans have been trying to work out the meaning. People have written books on its philosophy, and people on the internet have been doing film essays about what the film means. I don't think the film means that much because the dude doesn't really have much of a story arc. He doesn't change throughout this film. I mean, in my opinion, it's just a funny film to just relax and enjoy to. But if people think there is meaning behind it, then fair play to them. Overall, my score on The Big Lebowski is a 4.5 out of 5. If you're a fan of the Coen brothers and you've never seen this film, I highly recommend you check it out. So turn off the Eagles, grab yourself a White Russian and check out The Big Lebowski. It's worth to watch. If you're checking out my video, make sure you check out my website robbiesreviews.co.uk, my podcast, The Fleming Film Show, and get subscribing to this channel for more YouTube videos. Check out next time, we'll be ranking the films by Lynn Ramsey, and also don't forget to check out my Patreon page. Thank you very much to Sean and Ben for supporting Patreon, and Charlotte and Chris for being my crew. Thank you very much. Bye bye.